Joining me now for more perspective on this dire situation in parts of the Northeast is Trenton, New Jersey Mayor Reed Gusciora, who previously served in the state's General Assembly. Mr. Mayor, we appreciate your time tonight. Thank you for giving us a moment.
Thank you, Marnie.
Police in Trenton had been going door to door looking for people who may have been trapped. Are you confident that all of the people in your community are now accounted for?
Absolutely. The big concern is Trenton is a river town, and we're along the Delaware River. We have a history of flooding, and we're susceptible to flooding. So we had to ask people in the island community to evacuate voluntarily, but we strongly encourage them to leave. The river was double its level and right under the flood stage, which would go over the embankment.
What is the status of the river right now?
Thankfully, it's right below. At 22 feet, it would have it crusted over the embankment. It's now down to 17. We hope it holds. And I think that we're really lucky and fortunate. But we did have some flooding, a state highway along the river, Route 29. We had to close it because of flooding. And we had to rescue over 25 individuals and cars who drove into floodwaters. And that was unfortunate, but they were all rescued.
What's the situation with power outages and also the concern of gas lines and potential explosions with all of the water, especially in some of these basements?
Well, we had to turn off the gas to an entire neighborhood just in case it flooded the island neighborhood. PSE&G is now in the process of turning that back on. Families are going back. We think we've weathered the storm, but we're still crossing our fingers to make sure that everybody is safe.
Mayor, New Jersey and also New York spent billions, as you know, to improve flood defenses after Superstorm Sandy back in 2012. But much of that was focused on protecting communities from seawater, not rain, especially not this much rain. And we saw the governor of your state, Phil Murphy, say that many areas were not prepared to meet the moment. And he criticized the Army Corps of Engineers. Where do you think we are right now and what needs to happen?
Well, I was constantly texting the governor, and we were in close communication. Our county executive we all came together and worked together, and that's the most important thing, is that we do work together. It could have been a lot worse in our area. I know North Jersey was hit, but we have to be prepared for future storms. I don't think there's light out of the tunnel on this one, but I think we're going to have future storms in extreme weather.
What's the first step? What would you do if it was your decision, we need to do this tomorrow to make sure that if on Sunday we have another flooding emergency?
We have to make sure that we have contact with community residents, make sure that the most vulnerable seniors, disabled, are able to get out of their houses at a moment's notice. This flood was, the flood waters can come rushing by and flood a community within minutes. So we have to be really prepared, and the communication is the most important thing.
President Biden did declare an emergency disaster declaration for 14 counties across your region. What would you say is most necessary in terms of federal relief, and are you satisfied so far with what you have received?
Yeah, I think the Biden administration, we actually got a call from the White House. Everyone knows we're the capital city. We're on the river. We've had serious flooding before, but I think that it's with the organizations, the Red Cross, that come in, and we set up emergency shelters in our gymnasiums. So I think that in the future we have to really, really be on our game and make sure that the residents' safety is our priority, particularly the disabled and seniors and those in the most vulnerable population.
I know your office did put out a warning before all of this happened, so it seems as though you were prepared. It was hard to know how much water we would get, though. What more of a warning could we have given folks in terms of telling them what to do and where to go?
Well, thanks, Marnie. This is a lesson for all of us to make sure we get it right for the next one. And we had residents that left with the clothes on their back, and some were not even fully clothed. We had to seek volunteers to come and bring food and clothing to residents. So I think that communication is very important, but to make sure that we have this volunteer network to help us recover afterwards, whether it's tree and yard debris cleanup and just stuff that would cause blockages throughout our community.
Well, I know you have a long way to go. We appreciate you giving us some time today, and please touch base with us as things continue and let us know how things are going, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much, Marnie.